Hey guys, how's it going? Right, we've finally sold the ibiza, and you need to sit down because this is quite a good tidy profit, to be fair, especially from 500 quid. I sold it. I put it up for what was it, 3995, and I sold it for 37. So I've got all the I've written it all down. Basically, I paid 500 quid for the car. I paid 20 quid to collect it on the A-frame. I went and got it diagnosed for 85 quid. And that's when they gave me a heart attack and said it's a, what was it, high pressure fuel pump. And obviously they said it's high pressure fuel pump, and if you do the high pressure fuel pump, you've got to do the cam belt and all that malarkey. So they quoted me, what was it, 2,000 and something pounds. So I was like, yeah, right, I'll just go and get the bought the fuel pump for, what was it I paid for a fuel pump? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, that was it. I bought a fuel pump for 60 quid, fitted that myself, and guess what? It didn't do anything. So luckily, I didn't go ahead and get a cam belt and anything else. So I did buy the cam belt, but I took it all back, luckily. I just done the fuel pump just to see. That didn't work, so there's nothing wrong with the fuel pump. So I just left the one I bought on there anyway, because I couldn't bother to change it. Then after that, I took it to another injector company, proper specialist one, not an actual, just a VW diagnostic. It was a proper injector company. They checked out everything. They didn't test the injectors or nothing, but they knew straight away what it could be. And they wanted £400, including VAT, for each injector. So that would have been like, what, freaking 1,600 quid. And then they're going to fit it for a couple hundred quid. So I just need 2 grand. And I was like, well, I ain't paying that when, well, fair enough, I would have made some profit still from this car. But 2 grand for some injectors is ridiculous. So I found an engine for 580 quid. The engine was all perfect, had all the injectors in and everything else. Nice low mileage. Paid 580 quid delivered to my house. I took the 4 injectors out, shoved them 4 injectors in, and guess what? Coded it all up, started the car, and the car was spot on. So after that, what I did was, I basically sold the engine for well, takeaway fees and everything else, and delivery to the person. I got 343 quid from the engine. Alright, so because I sold the engine, all them injectors, them 4 injectors, second-hand ones that I actually got from the engine that I took out because I sold the engine without injectors, I basically bought them 4 injectors for £236.81. So far, I paid 500 quid for the car. Yeah, £236.81 for the injectors. I got an MOT done. It went straight through. No advisories, no nothing. Spot on. I paid 20 quid for day insurance because at the moment my traders run out. And obviously the £60 water pump. So the grand total for this car, it owed me to date was £1,066.81. Well, I sold the car for 3,700. So that gave me a profit of 2,633. So £2,633.19. That's not bad, is it really? Considering, I think it's because I got the car so cheap in the first place. So that's the update on the ibiza 1.6 Coupe TDI. So basically, the other day I went and bought a Citroen C1. I think I paid about 600 quid for it, and it was a repo, so I had no key. So all in, it was about £600 or 570, and it seemed like it had an immobiliser fault because I've tried everything with it. I checked if it's got obviously compression. The engine was all perfectly fine. It just would not. Well, it just kept on turning over, but no fuel going through or anything. So anyway, I just thought, you know what, I can't be bothered with this. No one's going to want to see it anyway. So what I did was I just sold it the other day for 425 quid. Made a couple £100 loss, but I couldn't be bothered with it. So now I am sitting in a new car for the channel. But this one has got a bit of a story because it is buggered. The engine is well and truly buggered. Basically, apparently someone's driven into a puddle, but it certainly weren't a puddle, because a puddle would not totally destroy an engine. This is a Fiesta 1.125, whatever it is, 2009 plate. Bought it for, I think it's up for 995. They wouldn't go any further, so I got it for 950. So obviously the value on it, it's got full service history. It's done 103,000. I don't know what they're worth, 2.5 grand, 2 grand. So I got a bit of money in it. I've just ordered another engine with 60k miles, which was only 370 quid delivered to me. So I'll be ripping this engine out, and I'll be putting the next one in. I was hoping I could save this engine, but I've compression tested it. All the spark plugs looked all perfectly fine. Had a bit of fuel in them, so all good. Took all 4 spark plugs off. Done a compression test. Thought, yes, wicked. It's got compression on one of them. Got compression on that one. Oh no, it hasn't got one on that one. Didn't have one in the middle one. Didn't have another one in the middle one. And then the M1 was fine. So obviously the oh, what do you call it? Can't think right now. The conrod's going to be bent. I reckon 2 conrods are bent. By the time I bought 2 conrods, even if it's second hand or whatever, by the time I'm taking them out, fitted them, done them, I might as well just buy a whole new engine. And then literally just take this one out, shove that one in. Got 60,000 miles on it, so it's even better for the next owner. Obviously, I'll just tell them it's still 103. Service it and everything, and that'll be it. And then hopefully that will only owe me, I think it's got MOT for a few months, so I'll probably put a year on it. So after I've done everything, it'll hopefully owe me about 14, 15, something like that. So then that's a bit of profit. And obviously that'll be nearly 5k on 3 cars, hopefully. Yeah, just under 5k on 3 cars. That's not too bad, is it really? Because obviously it started with the Peugeot 307. I think I made about, what did I make on that? About 500-600 quid, if not more. Bought the Ibiza. Obviously I had to pay a little bit extra because I think I sold the Peugeot for 950. Yeah, so obviously I had to put £100 or so towards the Ibiza of my own money, not obviously the change money, to get it all up and running and sorted. But it's well worth it. Yeah, so I'll show you around this car now. And what I was saying was, obviously they're saying about it was flood damage. It was the lad basically drove into a puddle, but to me it seems like he's driven into a freaking swamp, because the floor inside is wet. How the hell would that be? You know, that must have been up to a certain point. The floor's all wet. It's gone up the windscreen and down inside, but it's all been dehumidified and dried out and everything. And it wasn't seawater, so it's all good. It won't rust or anything like that. And basically, if you drive through a puddle, most of the time it won't really bug up the engine, but the dipstick is full of water. I'll show you now. There's the car, engine free. It's quite clean inside, to be fair. Even the bolsters, not even worn. It's got the aircon. That's 5-speed, cheap to run. It's got an auxiliary port, CD player. Even these actually work, which is a miracle because these always break. Look at that, interior is very clean. Just needs a bit of a shampoo. Yeah, it's nice. It's alright. Very clean car. Literally, right. It's not the only bit of mark on it is this little bit here, which I'll tidy up with a bit of what do you call it? Put a primer on that and touch it all up. It's got good tyres. It's got a tow bar, but I'm taking that straight off. I've got my tools in here. It's even still got the spare wheel stuff like that, which is all good. It's very clean, very clean. Just had 2 brand new tyres. So literally, it had 2 brand new tyres, and then he decided to drive it into a bloody river or something. No way. You can even see it's still got a bit of condensation from the windows. Even that's all rusty. You can see how muddy the water was. That it's gone everywhere. It's getting everything all corroded, and I'm just hoping all the electrics is all good, which I'll find out once I put the other engine in. Look how wet and dirty and muddy that is. Now check out this oil. Got enough water in it. Yeah, so whip this engine out, put a new one in. Fingers crossed it sorts it all out. And then once this one's for sale, we'll get something else for about 5k. Hopefully we'll get some nice sporty cars after a while. Get a few STs or Focuses, or just something a bit more interesting. Anyone know what I should get next for about 5k? Then let us know in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this sort of stuff, then please like and subscribe. So obviously it helps because I've got hardly any subscribers. Got about nearly 300, I think. Maybe I'm just a miserable git and no one likes me. But anyway, speak to you soon, guys. Later. Bye.